She's an investor and an autism parent advocate. Neda is a strategic investor and parent advocate dedicated to the autism community. As former president of Plug and Play, she oversaw global strategy and managed partnership with Roche, Johnson & Johnson, Cleveland Clinic, after building the firm's health practice from the ground up. And I was part of some of the events that they hosted, so I can assure you that it was a very, very good practice of healthcare and how you build innovation from the ground up. And so she's an investor, now leverages her venture expertise to bridge the gap between research and scaling of technologies that drive meaningful life outcomes for autism. Please welcome Neda.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much for having me here today, and I'm really excited to speak with you all on a topic that is near and dear to heart. So it's great to also see this hybrid conference set up in full motion. So kudos to you all for making this happen. Thank you for having me. And I've known Uli since my, I would say, past life, and I will give you a little introduction to my past life and current life, but great to be here. As the introduction covered, my name is Neda. I'm an early stage investor. I have also become recently a behavior analyst working in the field of autism and an autism parent advocate. And should I do later?
Later.
Yeah, okay. And formerly president at Plug and Play. And I'll give you a little introduction about Plug and Play. So Plug and Play, we are a early stage investor, innovation platform that invests in startups from the pre-seed to Series A stage. We connect startups to corporations that are interested in pilots, partnerships, licensing deals, and we do this across industries. So we do this in fintech, retail, healthcare, and we match make these corporates to startups in the field. And we do this in, physical, is someone else admitting people or?
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, okay, I'm not in charge, I'm used to quickly responding. But essentially.
100 people signed up. So
okay, cool, so welcome in. My aunt is actually online, so I'll say hi to her, Bahara. Great to have her here, from Washington, D.C. So yeah, early stage investments, our innovation platform, and Plug and Play is a family business. So I'm actually third generation family member in the family business. Hence, I'm never really leaving the family business and, in tuned in like the day-to-days, even though I'm not physically there now. So, we do have a healthcare practice, and within healthcare we have, previously invested in neurodiversity, mental health, autism, and about 5.5 years ago, I had my first child, this taller lady over here, and then I had my second child, the one on the left, who's 3.5, and my eldest daughter was diagnosed with autism when she was 2.5, so approximately 3 years ago when I decided to go on a power pause and focus on our family and focus on my daughter and getting her situated with her therapies and kind of understanding more about autism, as I knew about it from kind of afar, but not so much as a parent. So really kind of delved deeply into the space, and as she's grown up and things have settled more so, I've been spending more time in the startup world and meeting startups, kind of giving back to the community, and trying to help entrepreneurs in this space with this unique lens that I have from being an investor to a mother, and kind of understanding this world of autism through that lens. So that, gives you a little background. And I was with Plug and Play for about 10 years and, saw the company go from being more in the real estate space to more being an investor and then running these corporate innovation platforms. And we are looking to do something in the autism space as well, and talking to several folks in this space to kind of see where we fit in the autism space. So that's, on the Plug and Play side as well. I think having been in this space for, 3 years, learning a lot as a family, the 2.4 million lifetime investment in autism for families. And I think, some of the pain points that, I personally see are, some of the more basic things, sometimes like insurance and reimbursement and finding the right ABA provider, finding the right occupational therapist, and, finding the right recipe of, therapies, and kind of, keeping up to date with the progress, updating goals, and some of the things that are done, I would say, sometimes in your head, but really finding the right platforms that really help with that lifetime investment that families are making in this space. I think it's still, the market is a little fragmented when it comes to just some of the more basic things. And there's, definitely there's a manual kind of bottleneck to whether it's receiving services or finding the right providers, where you are geographically, with ABA. I can do a whole talk on that, but the 3-tier model versus other models, and kind of finding the right fit for your family, and finding the right cost and making sure you get reimbursed for it as well. I think the speed at which other industries move, like healthcare has always moved slower, and I think autism as well tends to move similar to healthcare. And so the speed at which families need help doesn't always operate at the speed at which these interventions and kind of the field of reimbursement and all of that operates. Some of the companies I've kind of seen, and I feel like address some of the pain points that we experience as a family. Cognua, AI-powered autism diagnosis and therapy platform. I think, when we got diagnosed, it was like a 6-month wait. Now it's like 9 months or 12 months or something like that. So being able to speed up that process to be able to get kids diagnosed earlier and getting into services earlier. Eleme, which is a tech-enabled platform scaling access to care at home. I think there's a lot that can be done in the home. We've personally tried it a few times, and I think the providers were not the right fit outside of ABA, which we have an amazing ABA provider for 3 years, and we're very blessed with that. But trying to get other services within the home as well, given that most kids feel safest in their home, is something that I'm always interested in. The companies I generally look at now are companies that are relevant to us and our age group of our child. Selfishly, I really just get drawn to those companies the most, and these are some companies that fall into that category. There's obviously a lot more. Floreo, I've known VJ from my past life before I knew much about autism, before I say we joined the club. And their VR platform that teaches social and safety skills through immersive simulations. And I remember when I tried it the first time, I got nauseous, but they have a way of getting over that. Harcla, designing high quality sensory products. I think that, sensory products are a big thing in our home. So That's one that definitely stood out to me as well, just highlighting the last one, Beaming Health, which I feel like matchmaking families to providers is a very big area, and they're kind of operating as like a Yelp for finding the right providers. And so just wanted to highlight a few that I feel like are addressing, some of the pain points at the right velocity and focused on the right pain points. In addition to kind of the startup world and, the work that I'm doing in this space, one of my good friends and I started the Inclusion Project, which is a community-centered initiative of two moms with two autistic kids the same age. And we've really focused on kind of creating a local group that's focused on building connection and support for families in the same like age group and the same geography. So we have hosted like a monthly mom's night. We've always wanted to do a dad's night, but we've kind of had to orchestrate that for them. But the mom's night is every month, every second Wednesday of the month. We have tried numerous different play groups with our kids, and creating these play groups in inclusive environments with we've done some with therapists, some without therapists, and so working on that model of our play groups. And then the third piece, one of the big things that I've seen in the last 3 years is really educating the community, and I find certain places to be just very inclusive. I can say like Trader Joe's, In-N-Out, some of the places we frequent, but there are some places that just don't get it. So I think also educating the community to understand, what autism is and how it appears in the community is an area that we've focused on, and hosting different events around kind of like engaging the community. And we have one coming up actually on the 30th, where we're having a Autism Awareness Month breakfast, hosting basically the families that we have getting together monthly. We're trying to bring their friends that may not have an autistic child, may not know a whole lot about autism, to come and to be educated about what is autism, what does it look like in the community, and how can you be more inclusive. So if anyone's interested in this event, I couldn't figure out the QR code thing, but come talk to me, and would love to tell you more about it. And I think moving from really awareness to belonging is kind of the mindset that we have in Inclusion Project. And I think my next slide, I felt like this happened very timely. It happened yesterday, and I did not plan for it. And I usually don't share, videos or content of my kids, but I felt that my 3-year-old showed what inclusion means and really embodies it in such a pure way that I just wanted to like share this with everyone. And I really look forward to a world where inclusion isn't a goal or a word that we strive for, but just more like a rhythm and like daily mindset that we live, just like my daughter, my younger daughter. So I'm gonna.
Let's go to pink.
We're doing the happy dance.
I love your happy dances.
Happy dance.
Join the dance, and here's my contact info. Would love to connect. Thank you. Okay, sorry.